Hello everybody, welcome back to the Yotso Tech Tracks YouTube channel. Today is the day the front wheels go back on. It seems the suspension is going to be good to go, at least the front part. I'm going to move on to the rear. I just want to show everybody what I had to do to make this, to tweak it to my liking. First of all, the Swaybar end links are on. However, because this does have a suspension lift now compared to stock, I wanted these bushings and the anti-roll bar in the front to be a little bit more relaxed when it's under normal conditions, because I had to raise the bottom mount up a little bit. This is a custom made bracket I made with a couple of solid aluminum pieces I had laying around. This is temporary. I might switch these out to something a little bit more nicer later, but it doesn't really matter. It's never seen and it's functional, very strong. Basically, the lower mount, I raised it a little bit higher because otherwise this whole link is going to get pretty much pulled down, and this angle will be pretty much brought down, and it's going to flex the bushings in an unnatural way. This is pretty much the right height you're looking at. I just put a small jack underneath it to simulate a load of the wheel on the ground. So this is pretty much the angle of these bushings, and the anti-roll bar when it's driving down the road is pretty parallel, pretty neutral, and it's going to live a very long, healthy life this way. The other side is the same way. As I mentioned in previous videos, this does not have provisions for the front wheel speed sensor cable to click into the control arm like the factory did. However, it's not a big deal. A couple of little pieces of tape. It's got a little rubber hose underneath it to keep it from rubbing. I taped it up with electrical tape and zip tie, and that will be good to go. Everything is ready to go now. The wheels are going to go back on. Brakes are good, and let me show you the other side. So this is going to be the last video for now for the front suspension. All the gaps look good, all the clearances look okay. The one concern I have to keep an eye on it from the factory. This vehicle does have a very tight tolerance between the, I can show you here, the shock absorber and the CV boot. It is in very close proximity to each other. They don't rub, they don't seem to be hitting or causing any problems, but I do have to keep an eye on it. I will be driving this around the block, and maybe I can even mount the camera right to the suspension to see what's going on, but seems to be okay. I cycled the suspension, I turned it from side to side, up and down, and it seems to have a small gap. However, for my liking, I would like that to be a little bit larger, just to keep a clearance, to make sure the boot never rubs on anything hard, because it's going to cut it and then the grease will go all over and the drive shaft has to come out to reseal the boot. Anyway, that's the only concern area I've noted. I do have to put these caps back on. Sorry about that. For these upper control arm uniballs, I'm just going to smack these on with a rubber mallet, and when it's maintenance time, I'm going to spray them up for lubrication. Back to the passenger side, and I'm going to stop the video right here, and I'm going to turn the truck around, and see you next time on the Yotso Tech Tracks YouTube channel. Bye bye.